Fight to the last drop of blood. Never surrender. Victory will come when all others are dead. Slaughter all who stand in our way. They come for our blood, but drown in their own.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's your boy Seven, back here with another YouTube video. Hope you guys enjoyed that intro clip. That intro clip was absolutely the reason why I still play Apex Legends to this day. Absolutely destroy that team. I love when there's moments where all the pressure's on you. You've got a good weapon, you've got a good chance to kind of go and just clean up the mess. And I just destroyed everybody, man. It was really fun. Had a Mastiff shotgun, and I just cleaned house, people. Just clean house. My teammates didn't leave, and we actually went on to go win that game, people. We actually went on to win that game, and also happens when you don't just leave. Okay, so if you get down, you don't just leave. I know it's casual, man. You probably want to just quit and go play a different game or whatever, but I mean, people, you don't have to leave every single game, man. I mean, we completely beasted those guys. Nobody died, and it was all good and fun, people. So I love moments like that. So anyways, that's enough about that, guys. I saw this Reddit post on Reddit by my boy TF Ghost 161, and he basically says that I want to know if you guys agree with this. And he says this is the best map rotation that we have seen in a long time. Apex Legends Season 18. And alright, what a bold statement there. So what kind of maps do we have going on for Season 18? If you guys know, we've got World's Edge, not only just regular World's Edge, we've got OG World's Edge from I think Season 3. Not too sure. I started playing whenever Loba came out. So I did catch OG World's Edge, but it wasn't for maybe wasn't too long before they ended up revamping the whole map and taking away Sorting Factory and all that stuff. But yeah, it's like Season 3 World's Edge, Super OG. We've got that, and we got Olympus and Kings Canyon. Now, it has been a minute since they've had Kings Canyon in the mix. For some reason, they rarely have that map in casual mode. I do not know why. It's probably been a good year or so since they've really had it in for a full season. And yeah, so those are the three maps that we've got. Now, put it in the comment section whether or not you agree with that or not. And I'm gonna tell you my opinion. I absolutely agree if you're talking about casual. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, hey man, Kings Canyon, not that great for ranked. Olympus is pretty good for ranked. Definitely OG World's Edge, not a good map for ranked, man. It really isn't. And I can agree with that. But we're talking about casual. The original poster here is talking about casual, and I'm talking about casual. And I'm not really talking about ranked. Okay, so obviously ranked, Stormpoint, Broken Moon, a lot of those maps are a lot more fitting for ranked, man, because they're a lot more optimized. They're created with ranked in mind, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to talk about why I don't really think Stormpoint or Broken Moon are really good maps. And I came up with a little list here of why I really don't like Broken Moon. Honestly, if I had to pick between Broken Moon and Stormpoint, which one's a worse map, I'm gonna have to go with Broken Moon, people. I think Broken Moon is a much worse map than Stormpoint, and that's saying something, man, because when Broken Moon first came out, I was actually hoping and looking forward to it, and it somehow ended up being worse than Stormpoint, and I really thought that Stormpoint was the worst of the worst. It's not a good map, man. It really wasn't until I saw Broken Moon, and then I'll take Stormpoint any day over Broken Moon. And I'm gonna get into why, people. And first off, guys, I am a little sick, so if my voice is a little off, I really do apologize. But let's get right into it. Why I think Broken Moon and Stormpoint are just not good maps, man. They're really not. And I am talking strictly for casual, people. When I get on these games, I don't typically play ranked. I do play ranked. However, I don't typically play ranked. I come on and play casual, and I just want to have fun, man. I do want to win the games, but I don't take it that seriously. And yeah, so I'm not really trying to go balls to the wall, just trying to have fun and trying to win games. games, people. Made a little list here of all the things that I don't really like about Broken Moon and all the things I don't like about Stormpoint. And well, let's start off with Broken Moon first, and we'll just kind of compare Stormpoint and Broken Moon, man. First thing first is the first thing that I don't like about Broken Moon is it's very, very ugly to look at. Stormpoint, I really thought Stormpoint was horrible to look at, and it is a lot of green and not a very pretty looking map, but there are pretty areas on the map, and it's not all ugly. But Broken Moon, the entirety of the map is ugly. Like, I understand you're on the moon, it's not supposed to be that pretty, but it is an ugly map to look at, man. It is dark brown and it is dark green. It is ugly as hell, man. There's barely any water areas on the map. It's just really, really terrible to look at. So that's the first thing. And usually, I mean, if I see a map that looks horrible, it already ruins your mood, man. Color has an effect on your mood, people. And if the map is ugly, and if there's not much pop in color, I mean, is it really that exciting to play on? I mean, I don't want to put that much emphasis on color, but I mean, damn, dude, make the map interesting to look at least, man. Jeez. And the second thing is that Broken Moon, it feels kind of small. I know it's a big, huge map, but it feels kind of small. But because there's only a few really good POIs, and outside of those POIs, and to be honest with you, there's not a lot of good POIs, really. But outside of those POIs, it's just kind of like empty space. It's just kind of like, it's kind of hard to figure out where to go. And there's also no real clear path of how to get from one POI to another. It's just like, it's kind of like jaywalking, man. Or it's kind of like, instead of making a street, you tell somebody to walk through the woods for a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's how it feels. It's like, you know what I'm saying, man? If I land at, Terraformer or something like that, and I want to leave Terraformer, I mean, there's no obvious way to exit, man. You gotta you gotta cut through the shrub, man. It looks, basically what I'm saying is that every single POI feels isolated. And once you land at a POI, first of all, you gotta pick what kind of POI you want to land at. And because everywhere looks the same, man. I don't know if they copy pasted a lot of the areas. And I know that, Olympus, Stormpoint, in Kings Canyon and World's Edge, they definitely do have, copy pasted areas that look pretty similar. They might not be exactly the same, but they are pretty similar. And I know that they have those, that they have that in other maps. But in this map, it really feels like they copied and pasted a lot of the areas, man. And it feels like a lot of the POIs are just exactly the same, using the exact same assets. Everything looks the same, man. It really is ridiculous, and it makes it hard to figure out, well, where do I want to land? Where everywhere looks the same and feels the same. And I really just don't like that. Nothing really sticks out. None of the POIs really stick out, and it's just like whatever, wherever you land is going to be rocky, lots of terrain, and ugly, and it's just really ridiculous, and it's hard to decide where you want to go. It's and it's very open, man. It's like really weird because once you step outside of a POI, there's like no cover, man. It's just like you're walking through the jungle, you're walking through a bunch of rocks and terrain, and it's not very fun, man, when you start getting third partied and there's no cover, man. There really is no cover. I mean, I guess you could try to take one of those like zip lines or zip rails or whatever it is, but I mean, you can't always do that, man. You really can't. And I agree with the OP here on Reddit, is there's no real fun factor. If you guys read the the Reddit post, he's really talking about there's no fun factor, and I agree with that. And there's no fun factor. There's only a couple of really good POIs, and outside of that, it's just kind of like dead, and everything looks the same, man. And it's really boring. Now, I don't know if you guys ever noticed it, but I've noticed this even playing ranked on Broken Moon. There are a few really, really, really bad rings, and I know that this is probably a thing on every map, but there are a bunch of horrible rings on Broken Moon. There are times where you'll be on the one of the last rings, and you're stuck on one side of the mountain that you cannot scale, and the other team's on the other side of the mountain. I've been on the winning side of that and the losing side, and that really should not be a thing for any of these maps. Honestly, you should be able to get to the other side of the mountain if you need to, and you should be stuck. And I mean, I literally remember when we were stuck on one side of the mountain, and it's like we're almost at final round, and there's nothing we could do. There really was nothing we could do. We tried the evac tower, but the evac tower was not tall enough, and we couldn't get to the other side, man. And I wish I recorded that, but that's happened to me at least maybe 3 or 4 times in a ranked game on Broken Moon, and I'm pretty sure it's happened on Stormpoint at some point as well. And I'm not saying that Kings Canyon and World's Edge and all those other maps have good rings all the time. They don't, but definitely one of the worst things about Broken Moon is the ring, man. The rings are not that good. And yeah, so, and then you've got, let's move on to Stormpoint. Stormpoint, it's kind of the same situation, except Stormpoint is way more pretty to look at. It's a lot less ugly, even though it is very ugly. And that's, guys, when I say that Stormpoint is not that ugly, I think Stormpoint is ugly as hell. I just don't think that it's as ugly as Broken Moon. And yeah, and the biggest difference between Broken Moon and Stormpoint is Stormpoint has way better POIs. I mean, it's not even close. Way better POIs. You know, you've got the Cascades, you've got the Mill, you've got, you know, Stormcatcher. There's a lot of different, you know, places on Stormpoint that are decent, man. There's a lot of places. But you know, this map does suffer from the same thing that I think Broken Moon does, which is outside of those POIs. It's not a very interesting map, man. It really isn't. There's a lot of uphill terrain you gotta go up. There's not much cover, you know, but and it's really just not good, man. It really isn't. There's prowlers everywhere. There's a lot of empty space, and you know, it's really just not that interesting, man. It really isn't. There are some areas on Stormpoint that are more interesting than others. However, you know, it's a little uneven in that respect. But yeah, I mean, Broken Moon leagues worse than Stormpoint, but Stormpoint is still, if I see that map come up, you know, if they've got Kings Canyon, you know, Stormpoint and World's Edge, I'm gonna try to exclusively play on World's Edge, Kings Canyon, and you know, that's it, man. I really don't want to play on Stormpoint. I'll wait for it to pass. And yeah, so I kind of wanted to make this video just see what you guys thought. Like I said, man, I'm mostly talking about casual, but even in rank, man, I mean, Broken Moon is not the best map. It really isn't. I feel like, you know, most people end up, it's like it'll be dead, but next thing you know, because of the guardrails, the whole map just converges on itself, and everyone's in one spot. You'll have like 7 people, 8 people just out of nowhere just converge in one spot, and it's really crazy, man. You really don't have that, you know, that much on the other maps. But it does happen, man. I can't sit up and pretend that it doesn't happen, but it definitely is worse on Broken Moon. So that's my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Stormpoint versus Broken Moon. Do you guys think that World's Edge, Kings Canyon, and Olympus are the best maps in the game? Are they the holy trinity of Apex Legends? I don't know, guys. It's my opinion that they are, but I want to know what you guys think. We are talking exclusively about casual, people. We're not really talking about ranked. I know ranked is a different animal. You want to consider different stuff for ranked, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. It's your boy 7. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
I am the hunter the gods have sent.
Stand up, hands up.